guys, Lorenzo here. Today I wanted to talk to you about very simple and effective chromatic approach exercises. Why is chromatic approach great? Because it'll train you to have a lot better line construction, and it'll allow you to go from chord tone to chord tone much more effectively, and it will also allow you to disguise those chord tones. So if you kind of combine, following my method, chord inversions, and then start adding these approach notes, especially the chromatic ones, which will lead you towards this more harmonic notes. Now, what's great about this is there are dissonant notes, but you have to always resolve them. If you do not resolve a chromatic approach, it will sound wrong, it will sound bad or weird. So very important. You can add as many chromatic approach notes as you want. Today, I'm just going to show you the basic ones. But a must is that you need to always resolve them. Okay, so let's check out a couple of simple ones. The first one I wanted to talk to you about is the chromatic enclosure, which is basically two chromatic notes that are going to target. So whatever your target note is, let's say I'm going to target the third of a C major 7 chord, or the thirds of a 2-5-1 chord. So if I do D minor 7, G7, C major 7, my thirds are going to be F, B, and E. So the chromatic enclosure, I'm going to use it on the weak beat, meaning I'm going to lead towards the target note. I'm going to target the F, the B, and the E with one chromatic note above and one below that note. Meaning, if I'm going to approach the F, I'm going to approach it with basically a G flat, right, and an E. That way, that's going to lead me to the F. So it's going to be like, right? If I approach the B, it's going to be a C and an A sharp. And for the E, it's going to be an F and a D sharp. Right? How we get. Those are the thirds of a 2-5-1. You could hear that. The harmony is very present because I'm targeting those thirds. You can target sevenths, you can target anything you want, even tensions. But this is a very effective one. You can use it to begin phrases or to connect phrases. You've heard it a lot. It's that sort of sound, right? That's the chromatic enclosure. Now, the next one I wanted to talk to you about is the double chromatic approach. Double chromatic can either be ascending or descending, meaning I'm going to target whatever the note is going to be. So in this case, let's keep going with the thirds with either two chromatic notes above the note that are going to descend to the note, or two chromatic notes below that are going to ascend to the note. So for this case, if I'm going to apply it to a 2-5-1, I like to descend to that minor third of the 2 chord. So I'm going to descend to that F playing G, G flat, F, like this. And then for the ascending, I'm going to ascend to the major third of the dominant. So I'm going to do A sharp to B. Right? So it's going to be. And then I'm going to apply that same one. The ascending one works really well with major thirds. So the descending, ascending, ascending again. That sort of a sound, okay? Now that's great. And even a better one, it's going to be combining both. How about we do enclosures and double chromatic? Meaning I'm going to kind of grab a little bit of both. The first one is going to be, what I want to do is a chromatic descending and then the enclosure. So it's that G going to a G flat and then E making the enclosure between the G flat and the E, and the double descending between the previous two notes. That's a 3-group chromatic approach. And the other one is going to be an enclosure plus double ascending. You've heard that many times. Is basically, I'm kind of doing the enclosure, but then the double ascending. So it's really one above the target and two below the target. That's pretty much what it is. So you've heard phrases like this. It's actually the first exercise from my Circle of Fifth exercise e-booklet. That's a very effective one, which is pretty much first inversion using this little chromatic approach, 3-note grouping. Now, if you would want to practice, for example, a great exercise would be grab this and put it on the circle of fifth, meaning I'm going to target every single third of the circle of fifth. So I'm going to start in C, and then F, and then B flat. But I'm going to make them dominant. So I'm going to target the third of the C7, then the seventh, and then I'm going to go to F, and I'm going to target the third and the seventh, and so on and so forth until I go back to C. And then that's a great little chromatic approach exercise, which will enable you to approach every major third on every key chromatically. And that took me all the way back to C7. So what did I do there? I did basically an enclosure and double ascending to every third, and then a double descending and enclosure to every seventh, right? So and then just repeat that pattern and octave adjusted depending on what's comfortable for you. Now that's going to give you an amazing amount of flexibility to play over chord changes, okay? Especially in this case, major and dominant chords. So if you're interested on this, get my Circle of Fifth exercises and check out the tonealley. I have a warm-up package, which is really great. It comes with Circle of Fifth exercises, it comes with chromatic approach exercises, and that will just enable you to really have some like 10 minutes a day or whenever you're practicing, grab a couple of these exercises, which most of them are based on every key, every 2-5-1. In the case of Circle of Fifth exercises, I take you through really great patterns that are just going to make you sound great over chord changes, and it's still going to give you technique and flexibility. And the chromatic approach exercises just going to train your line construction to just make you a better player. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please click the subscribe button and stay tuned for a lot more instructional videos coming up just like this one. Also, I've included on the description of this video links that go directly to my website, tonealley.com, where you can find basically this ebook, Chromatic Approach Exercises, which covers a lot of the exercises we've done in this video, and you can find a lot of other ebooks that are great for developing your own vocabulary and just get more fluency over chord progressions. So check that out, and I'll see you next time.